Hey there, Cancer. It's April, the Organic Alchemist, and I am here with your love and relationship reading for the new moon to the full moon of March. That would be the 6th through the 19th in 2019. If you happen to come across this video at a later date, just know that there's information here from the past that is going to resonate with whatever it is that you're going through or working on right now. So guys, if you like what you see, please hit that thumbs up button. It lets YouTube know that my content is worthy of sharing with others. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And I love getting your comments. It lets me know what you guys like, what's resonating, and what I should do more of. If you would like to follow me on Facebook, Instagram, if you would like to book a personal reading, all of that information is in the description box below. And please, my dears, if you are finding these videos beneficial and you think your friends might as well, please share them with them. And yeah, because that would be really appreciated. All right, Cancer. So we are going to get into your reading. So the theme for your reading is new love. So there is an opportunity for new love either. And this one is, it's interesting. It's very specific that it's in your work prospects or for spiritual growth. So this isn't necessarily a romance reading for you guys. This is actually very, very specifically leaning towards that. The message from your guides is to release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy from that. And I think that it's going to be that release that where you're going to be able to start seeing the lessons that you learned. So there will definitely be this new opening within your spiritual growth. But I also think it may release some energy for you to focus on some projects that you haven't before, or it may just simply be not so much that the space is there in terms of time, but the space is there in terms of not trying to do it and do it in a space where you have someone who doesn't believe in you. And I believe that that may be what's going on with kind of this release your ex energy, where there is, how many do we have here? Okay, that's too many. Where that energy, where it may not even be that you're still with your ex, but every time you start to go and start something new, you hear their voice about what they said about it. Well, you can't do that, or you're not talented enough, or whatever it is that they might have said, or you're always going to be this, or you're always going to have a problem with that, or whatever it was that they were focused on. I feel like that is part of what it is that you're releasing so you can step into this new phase. And then the energy, the way this is showing up in your life is the world. This is expansion. This is growth. This is, literally just the kind of that idea of the world being your oyster or being wide open for you to kind of move forward and in your path in whatever way is going to be really, really, truly beneficial for you. So let's see how this is showing up in your everyday reality, Cancer. How is this showing up in your world? Your cards are shuffling weird. It's so funny how the cards shuffle and then you think you're not shuffling enough and then they come out and you're like, oh, okay, there you go. All right, Cancer. So how is this showing up in your reality, Cancer? Jeez, y'all. Your energy, Cancer. What is, you're like, get on with the reading. Okay, Cancer, I'm coming. All right. Interesting. All right, so we have the High Priestess in reverse. And this is the idea for me that not the opportunity is there for you to step behind the veil, for you to truly really get deeper wisdom, deeper intuition, that sort of thing is all available to you, but you are cutting yourself off from that. For whatever reason, you are not open to that, because this is, if you see here, there's a veil behind the High Priestess in the front of the card, but in the back of the card you see that the veil has been removed, and you are back there. You have the keys of wisdom and knowledge, and then it's in reverse. So that's basically saying you have access to this, but you are literally denying yourself that access. Now, there is some sort of choice, some sort of union that you are making that, and I'm going to say that I don't necessarily, I'm not quite sure that this is a union. It may be a union with your higher self and really starting to integrate the masculine and feminine sides of your higher self. But this is, because we have here the Knight of Pentacles, and it's kind of like he is in his dark night. Now, so you may have started this and you're just in this kind of, you may have planted the seed there, made the choice, made the decision to move towards that union, and you're just in this space where it's like the darkness of the ground before the seed sprouts. So that may be where you are, because the seed has been, I always look at the Knight of Pentacles where the seed has been planted, the field has been plowed, but you're still looking towards, in this image, there's still the barrenness, there's still, nothing has sprouted forth, and you are in that darkness, you're in that night where I think you're wondering, maybe, is this going to sprout forth? Is this, going to be something? And I think, the fact that you made that change from that space of understanding, because this card can also be a very light card. So you made this decision, this choice, understanding that there was going to be this period of time of, gosh, for some of you, I almost want to say even separation. Like you've made a choice about a union, but that choice is understanding that at least for a time, there's going to be a certain amount of separation before that union, because there's this like dark night that you need to go through so that this relationship or whatever it is, it's like there's this work that you have to do so that this relationship can bloom, but you've made the choice to move forward and do the work. But this is the thing that concerns me, is that you're doing it without that deeper spiritual understanding that is available to you. So let's see what led up to this for our Cancers. What is the backstory with this for our Cancers, Spirit? One more time. What is the backstory for our Cancers? Oh, Cancer, you crack me up. So there was something that you had the opportunity to move forward and to have a new beginning, and you had an opportunity to go on that path, but you either didn't feel like you had the resources, you didn't feel like you had the magic to do that, and so it kind of made you bitter. The King of Swords is tyrannical. He's bitter. He's angry. He uses his words to hurt people. There is very little empathetic emotion there with him. And so I think there's a part of you, that might be why you're kind of on the intuition right now, because it may have been your intuition that told you to kind of take this initial leap that you didn't take, and you're just frustrated. Now, the other thing that the King of Swords can be is that this may be a scenario where there was this new beginning that didn't kind of come out the way you wanted to because there weren't the resources, and you're just done with it. So that could be the other thing here. Is it might not be that you're so bitter, Cancer, or angry. It might just be that you are in that like irrevocable, there is nothing left to talk about, I am finished space. So that is the other thing that could be going on with that Cancer that could have kind of preceded all of this. So let's see what divine feminine and divine masculine archetypes you are working through in this scenario. So let's see what is going on. Who is working with our Cancer and what are they working on? And let's look at Divine Masculine for our Cancers. All right, so you've got two cards that are going to make me pull out the books. As you guys know, these decks are a little bit newer for me. I've only had them. Maybe I've had them less than a month. They are amazing. I absolutely love them. But it's a lot to learn, and I have other stuff that I am working on as well. So, okay, yeah, this goes back to, it's interesting because there's a denying of emotions here. It's interesting because I was in the Leo reading as well. If you guys, it's just coming to me, if you are a Cancer Leo cusp, watch the Leo reading too, because we're getting some crossover here. So I'm going to look at that, and I just want to, I know a lot about Shiva. He's coming up, and he is a destroyer, and he's coming up in reverse. So I just want to look at that for you guys real quick and just make sure, okay, yeah. Wow. All right, Cancer. So Sekhmet is who you have, that is the divine feminine aspect that you're working on, but you're working on it in reverse. And this is really working through into being able to be authentic, to be able to express your emotions, to move into that kind of adult space of understanding that I don't want to say that other people aren't doing anything, but that you are responsible for your own emotional reaction and your own emotional response. But part of what Sekhmet in reverse is that whatever scenario it is, it's not a safe space for you to do that. And so that's part of what she's working you through, is creating that safe space so that you can express your emotions in an adult fashion, and that they can be honored, because it feels like even in the scenario like that, part of what she's about is that the energy, the scenario, the space that you're around doesn't allow that. So you may even be trying to do that, but it's not okay in that space. So she's about, one, working you through the areas where you're not comfortable with that, but also helping you to create a space that's safe for that. Now let's move on to Shiva. Now, Shiva in the reverse, Shiva is the destroyer. But in the upright, he is about destroying that which kind of no longer serves you. And it's a destruction that is about renewal and creation and that sort of thing. In reverse, this is self-sabotaging behavior, self-destructive behavior. This can even be addiction. So that is what is going on. So these are the two things, like really finding your authentic emotional space, really finding a space where you can, and supportive environments, and making sure that the people in your life allow you to authentically express your emotions, and really working through whatever this self-destructive, self-sabotage energy is that you have been working in. So now let's look at the archetypes that are showing up for our Leos. What is the light work, shadow work that is showing up for our Leo, or not our Leos, our Cancers? Sorry, I'm telling you, this is so similar to the Leo reading, Cancers. Like if you have, so Cancers, if you have Leo in your chart, or you are a Cancer Leo cusp, definitely go and check out that Leo reading, because there are some crossovers for you guys that particularly in this emotional, creating this emotional space and being able to, one, be responsible about your emotional expression, but also being able to express your emotions. Because it feels like some of you guys are in an environment where if you were to say what you truly felt, even if it was in a very mature way, like it would cause so much havoc. All right. Aw, you guys, your work is so cute. So you guys got big work up here where it's like, yeah, you got to find your emotional maturity and creating that space where you can be you, basically, and stopping these self-destructive things. Now, your light work, shadow work is actually the shadow work attribute of nature. And that is just, I think for a lot of you guys are not getting your time outside. Like, there are other things that this says, but I don't think you guys are doing that. Like, just make sure that as you're going through this, that you are not taking this out on other people, that you are keeping with your whole idea of recycling, that you aren't neglecting your pets because you're so caught up in what's going on. You know, that can be part of it. But I really feel like for a lot of you guys, this is really about you taking that moment to go back into nature, to start communicating with the nature spirits, whether it's just, you know, through communicating with the trees, feeling that life force, because that's going to help you do what your spiritual work and your soul evolution work here is surrendering to your soul's path. And I think part of that is really recognizing, and doing this work here, particularly working through finding your authenticity and these self-destructive behaviors that have been going on. So let's see what outcome our Cancers can look forward to if they do that work. Oh. What outcome can our Cancers look forward to? Cancer, stop it. You guys. I'm telling you, you guys, if you... Yeah. Now I got to move the whole daggone table. Okay? Cancer. Just crazy energy. So number one, the first thing, we're going to take that one so you guys just turned your magician around and got a hold of your creative force. So what is, guys, you're not getting like 800 cards. I love you, Cancer, but you guys keep pumping out like so many cards at once. All right, Cancer. So if you do your work here, you are literally going to take control of your creative force. This card is literally the essence of the fire creative energy. And you are going to take control of your magical abilities and how you use them, how you're interacting with them. You're also going to see an opening in the resources that you kind of need to move forward on your path. Those resources are going to be available to you. And part of it is going to be because you are living into that magical aspect of yourself, remembering how you manifest your reality. And then you are walking away from whatever this was, whatever this scenario was. And again, I think there are two things that are going on here. There is an older scenario where just things didn't work out. And there is a newer scenario that you're walking into right now, or have just kind of made the commitment to, or getting ready to make the commitment to, and are kind of in the process of having planted that seed, or getting ready to plant that seed, and going through doing your own personal work or tending to that seed so that it can grow. But you are moving away from whatever that old energy was. That's what I'm feeling right now, is that this is enabling you to move away from that old energy into what it is that you are building and creating now. So let's see what your final message is, my dear Cancers. Ooh. Yeah, I'm having card shuffling issues. I'm so silly. Anyway, Cancer. All right. Final message for our Cancers. So this is going to reach a resolution. So there is a personal issue, and I think that it's the background stuff. I think it's the stuff that was before that is kind of keeping you at bay with your intuition, where I think part of it is you just don't have, I think with this, I think you need to do this work with Sekhmet and this work with Shiva. So really moving out moving into your authenticity and out of the self-destruction so that you can turn this high priestess around and have the access to the keys of the kingdom. And I think in doing that work, that's what that's showing you, is that, you know, you had your magician in the reverse, and so you got this, and now you got your magician in the upright. And so I do believe that that is coming for you, Cancer. All right, my Cancers, I love you guys. Mwah. As always, I hope this was really beneficial and that you got a lot out of it and that was helpful. Please leave me a comment below and let me know. Yeah, love you guys. See you next reading. And until then, keep doing your work so you can live your best life. Bye.